Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual you. Today, I would like to speak about the continuous state of inner acceptance and trust in life. For if we continuously, always, are worried or constantly thinking about what might or might not happen in future times and not being in the state of acceptance and trust now, one would only come to stress, more or less. But by having the inner acceptance that you are present in the moment, allowing certain thoughts, of course, to be played in your thought processes, but at the same time being aware of them. When you yourself are participating in your own inner thinking, you are kind of the operator of the thoughts. But if you are other places while your thoughts are continuously ongoing, like just playing them, they can often lead to quote unquote randomness, but it really isn't random. It's all about our state of emotions. Our emotions are regulating our thoughts to a high degree, and the more calm, clear, and as close to joy as one can be, and I'm not talking about happiness, about being blissful or being stimulated or satisfied with a certain if you have a longing or a need or anything that kind of is a drive, if you satisfy those longings and get a short term happiness of it, just as an example, is not something that is lasting, not something that is truly sustainable unless one wants to become a hedonist, following one pleasure to the other. No. The joy of life comes from continuously finding what is beautiful about life, and to do so, one have to participate in it oneself. Joy always comes in freedom, and one can blame one thing or another thing about why one is not joyful, why one is not grateful in life, but there are far many more great things to be grateful than to complain about in the end. Of course, we do have our days, and as long as we are aware of it and wish to become, well, more in the vicinity of what one wishes to be instead of giving up, kind of. It is that inner defeat feeling that one wishes to avoid in the end, that I can never do this or I can never do that, or I am not good enough for all of these trivial matters that truly isn't reality in the end. It is not even close to truth. For one should always find why one is valuable in life, even the smallest things. We are where we are meant to be, always, for we have made countless choices that have made us where we are today. And we are far more in responsibility to where we are than we like ourselves to admit. But the more we come to admit and to take responsibility for where we are, where we're going, and what we do, think, feel, and will, our actions, and, well, our feelings, if they are in relation to each other aligned, you are far more here in reality creating than you would be if you were either distracted with your thoughts, or distracted with your feelings, or distracted with your actions alone. We are not either or, we are all three of them. And to warm up our thoughts, to direct our feelings, and to also do the right actions, they need to be aligned. For if we have dirty and rotten thoughts and feelings, we will only do rotten actions in the end. So a certain amount of inner cleansing and an inner upliftment is necessary if we are to reach that state. To be within our thoughts and feelings requires us to not be afraid of them, and to also know that we ourselves are our thoughts and feelings. But we are not only our thoughts, only our feelings, or only our will, as I just mentioned. We are all three And our ego, is the one embodying all of those. We are, or if we are letting them to themselves, there are beings that think within us. But we can also be within these beings that think within us. So there is a certain core one should have. I always say should, because must is not reality. If we had to, we would do that. But we have freedom. We have the space to make mistakes, to learn from our mistakes, and grow from our mistakes. And believe me, if we didn't have anything to struggle with in life, we wouldn't even have a personality. It's kind of like being a hollow straw and the wind just fly right through it without any sensation. But since we are a filled and full human being, that wind is felt through, well, resistance. Through the resistance, we become aware. If we didn't feel pain in our bodies, we wouldn't be aware of our bodies at all. But since we can feel pain, we become aware of ourselves, self-awareness. And through pain, through suffering and struggle, we do form and shape our personalities. We can become victims of it, saying that I am like this because of all of that. Or we can choose to do something about it, shaping and forming our personality to have some wisdom. Since we have gone through it, why not make the best of it? Is what I say, at least. For when you have gone through a certain amount of turmoil and chaos in life, it is far easier to maneuver within struggles that might come later, since you have experienced it already and have gone through it and are alive still. Or you might be dead, but I'm not talking to the dead, I'm talking to you. So it's all about, life is worth exploring and studying and understand, not only as a matter of happenings, as a matter of occurrences and randomness, but anything that might show up, anything that your awareness suddenly becomes aware of, explore it. It is higher forces that always guide you towards things you should explore, should it be anything, truly. So a certain amount of trust there, that whatever you go through, whatever experiences you come to, go and comes and go within your life, is a matter of nourishment to your soul. So once you become grateful continuously, you will come to see these truths in the end. And yeah, I think I will leave you with this today. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of all, and ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, and love you, and may you be guided towards what you need for survival, living, and creation, and thriving. And may you be safe and sound. See you. Goodbye.